Hello and welcome back to the Innsmouth Case with me, Bardon. Right, so we're having dinner with Delia. This is going to end well, right? The adjoining dining room is furnished simply, but it has an ominous, oppressive vibe about it. A massive long wooden table stands in the middle of the room. An elaborate candle holder provides a warm, soft light. The walls are hung with portraits of those who must be the ancestors of the family. Just opposite where you are standing now, a door leads into another part of the house. The table is set for 3 people. Oh, who's joining us for dinner then? But 3 people? So not who's joining us for dinner, because she wasn't expecting me at all. So who were the other 2 people she was going to have dinner with? Maybe Evelyn and someone else? A young redhead in a black and white maid's outfit is already in the room when you enter. When she sees you next to Delia, she is unable to hide her surprise. Guests seem to be rare here. Without introducing you, Delia walks up to her and the 2 of them exchange a few whispered words. Without looking you in the eyes, the maid leaves the room through the door you just came in. A lot of secrecy for a simple dinner. Delia spreads her arms invitingly as she walks back over to you. Please, make yourself at home. Take a seat. She gestures to one of the empty chairs. Let's look around the dining room. The paintings really draw you in, apparently be immortalized in a portrait that will eventually end up on one of these walls. You need to fulfill a couple of criteria. Have bloodshot pop eyes and be able to pull of whiskers or stern in hairdo. Oh, pull off, okay. To be able to pull off whiskers or stern pinned up hairdo. The brushstrokes are harsh, just like the people that are being depicted in the pictures. Bad tempers seem to run in the Marsh family. These faces stand testament to unpleasant and aggressive personalities. You don't recognize any of them. You do as you're told. You carefully fold your trench coat over the back of the chair. You assume that it will take a while until the food arrives, so you take off your hat and place it on the table. The table is absurdly long. This is how you've always imagined criminals have their Sunday dinner. Everyone would have to talk very loudly just to be understood by the other people at the other end of the room. But they are more pragmatic than the Marsh family. 3 covers are all at the same end of the table. The soft plopping sound of a cork pulled out of a bottle focuses your scattered thought. Then Delia suddenly stands next to you and with an open bottle of wine in her hand. How about a glass after this excitement? Yeah, let's hand her our empty glass. We're probably going to get drugged or something, and it's either going to be we're going to think, oh, we shouldn't drink because then it's probably drug, but then we'll eat and could have put drugs in that anyway, so let's just have it. A sip of overpriced wine surely can't hurt. Where else will you get the opportunity to taste a vintage? Surely not in the decrepit dive bars you normally end up in after work. Delia fills your glass almost to the brim, but is less generous with her own. She puts down the bottle on a little metal tray on the table, then raises her glass. What shall we toast? Why to us? Because there is no us. There isn't really success either, because we found her daughter, she wasn't one bit excited about it. And we already knew that it was kind of a fake cover story anyway. And then to Innsmouth, screw that. But we play along to my success. Good choice. Your glass is clean. Clearly pleased, Delia starts smelling the bouquet of the wine. You imitate her. To show off your barely existing wine knowledge, you imitate Delia. With a circular movement, you slowly move the wine around in its glass. Your host has now finished her little performance, takes a sip from the glass. Strange, the smell should be the sweet aroma of wine, but what you make out reminds you rather strongly of a public swimming pool. Smoky but soft, Delia says, pleased. Wonder what you make of it. She looks at you expectantly. Let's smell the wine again. Is there a way of doing this whole bouquet smelling business wrong? Something seems to be off with her, and you move the glass around one more time and try to smell it again. If you keep doing that, your wine will have turned into vinegar before you've even tried it. Takes another sip from her glass. See, what she could have done was put something on the rim of the glass that if we sniff it too much, it's going to get us. But, like, you just see so many possibilities of how you're getting screwed over. But I guess we're just going to go with it because we know we're going to get screwed over. She doesn't let you out of her sight. Have a sip. Chuk, chuk, chuk. You greedily take a big gulp of the expensive drink. I was supposed to feel bad about your manners. Delia doesn't seem to mind. On the contrary, she seems to be quite amused by it. Perhaps you should skip dinner and have a look around the wine cellar. Then again, perhaps it wasn't such a wise move to drink on an empty stomach. What was the alcohol percentage of the wine again? Your head starts spinning. What the actual... Suggest having a look around the wine cellar or talk about the Middle East. Like, that has been put in there to make most people just go, screw that, I'm not even touching that subject, and go straight to there. But we're going to talk about the Middle East. You begin to make a witty remark, but your speech is completely slurred. How embarrassing. Oh well, this date is over anyway. Perhaps it had been even before it even started. You take another gulp, and afterwards you feel worse. When you try to put down the glass, the table suddenly flips 90 degrees, as does the rest of the room. Yeah. Oh, we're in an attic. This is gonna end well, right? Your consciousness returns and surges. Each interval lasts a little longer and lets you absorb more of your surroundings. The freezing cold, the pain. You blink your eyes, then feel crunchy and dry. Your first instinct is to rub your eyes and get some relief, but you can't move. The first thing you notice is the wooden planks in front of you. No, that's not right. Not in front of you, above you. You realize that gravity is pushing you to the ground. You're lying on the floor, maybe in an attic or a basement? It's hard to say. You lift your head to try to get a better sense of the situation. Circular candles are placed around you. They are almost burnt to the ground, and their light flickers on the walls and ceilings. Your arms and legs are stretched out in a sort of X shape. You try to move and get up, but no luck. There's a firm and scratchy resistance on your wrists and calves, which forces you to stay in this position. On top of it all, you're stark naked. The only thing that still covers you is green paint. Your whole body seems to be splattered with green paint. Scratchy boards rub uncomfortably against your back, legs, and other parts of your body, which you usually keep at a safe distance from splintery wood. Whoever transported you did not take great care when placing you down. Your whole body feels like one big bruise. You've seen gagged and naked prisoners many times before in cheap thrillers and horror movies. The fact that this has now happened to you makes you think. You decide to just lie there for a while and consider the whole thing rationally. You're still not entirely clear on how you ended up here or why, but you've got a suspicion. Inevitably you reflect on your life, ups and downs, as well as all the decisions that ultimately led to this point. Bound and humiliated. It's enough to make you weep. Your eyes fill with tears, and soon they flow freely down to your ears A soft whimper escapes your throat. Take a breath. You get a great anecdote out of this if you manage to survive it, that is. What now? Wiggle about a bit, knock the candles over, set the ethic on fire, die in a fire? Examine the room more closely, wait and gather some strength. Let's wait and gather some strength. Finally, you can make out some sounds from the lower floors. Clack, clack, clack. The sound becomes more pronounced and are approaching you. Somebody in high heels is coming our way. Or some mad spider thing, but I think Innsmouth is about fish things. So, although we did have those yith as well, so you never know. The echoing, clacking sound is all too familiar to you. Your whole body tenses. You can hear Delia's heels. Then metallic sounds. A latch opens. Then a rusty lock. The wooden door drags against the floorboards. The door opens and then swings shut again. Silence. Did somebody really have a quick look into the room, or did they enter? You really don't like not knowing if there's someone else in the room with you. Oh, look who's up again, Delia's voice whispers sweetly. Frantically you try to make out shapes in the shadows all around you, but there is only darkness. If only you'd stayed unconscious, that would have made things so much easier. I really wanted to save you the whole ordeal. Flirting doesn't seem like a good idea. Well, none of them seem like good ideas, actually. But we've got to try, I think, this one or this one. Let's go with the bad idea, because basically, this whole dinner thing has been one bad idea after the other, so let's just continue on with that. Let's flirt. If you wanted to tie me up naked, I would have preferred a comfortable bed, my dearest. You say, essentially, as you can, given the circumstances. At first, she doesn't respond. You become a bit insecure. Finally, you hear her voice. Believe me, please. I really would have loved that so much. Did I mean nothing to you? Did I mean nothing to you, you whisper, with a hint of accusation. She tilts her head. No, she replies with a slightly wrinkled forehead, obviously a little surprised herself at the ease this question is to answer. No, really not. Oopsie daisy. You're getting more and more desperate. Are you going to kill me now, with the stagger? Once again, the cold steel gently strokes your cheek. That's right. Got a problem with that? Well... She grasps the dagger with both hands and holds it over you. You watch as the hairs on your arm stands up and she begins to speak. Oh, Dagon, in my name and the name of my ancestors, take this sacrifice. She lifts her arm and emits a scream that lets your blood curdle. She rams a knife into your chest and it glides almost silently through the skin, flesh and bones. An unknown world of pain overwhelms you. You try to breathe, to speak, but every little movement is punished by microscopic pinpricks. Your body starts to burn. It may be your sense of panic fooling you, but you're pretty sure that the green runes on your body are now beginning to glow slightly. You should consider yourself lucky, whispers Delia hoarsely. With her free hand, she moves a strand of hair from her face. Your death will bring our family another period of happiness and prosperity. You were of some use to somebody after all. She pulls the blade from your chest with a jerk. The pain is unbearable, and it stops. Black Widow. There we go. Delia set you up. You goddamn tool. Yeah. All those mistakes certainly make us a tool. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave that one. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're keeping safe out there. And hope to see you next time. Goodbye. hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.